sorry, it's the middle of January. I'm not sure if I can quite get away with wishing everybody a happy new year in the middle of January. Whatever, happy new year everybody. So that was a classic ABBA track, probably from their Super Trooper album in 1980. Someone else said. Roll the credits. So it's been nearly 9 months since we last featured this Jaguar XJ, the 2.7 litre diesel Sovereign from 2006. So you'll remember that perhaps, well maybe you don't, but I bought this back in 2020 just before lockdown. It was meant to be my daily commuter car, and lockdown happened, so it wasn't for quite some time. But being a diesel, it's the one I use for long distance commutes and longer journeys when I have to make them. So this video is really about my XJ as a daily and what's it like. Well, certainly in the last 9 months there has been some expenditure. The first item wasn't actually the car's fault or mine. Actually a courier backed into the side of it. Sounds a lot worse than what it actually was, but it was the rear offside, and the bumper and also the rear wing was creased. So I needed to find a specialist who would be capable of delicately knocking out the dent that had occurred in the rear. So that was done, and whilst it was in, the bumper was repainted as well. I'll try and put some pictures of this sort of before and after. That little episode, probably caused by a careless courier when the car was parked outside my house, cost over £1,000. The next item of expenditure was a service. Now, unusually, back in November, the service countdown, there's usually about maybe 2,000 miles grace with the service countdown on these XJs. And what was happening during November, you'd start it up, do a journey, and then the services countdown would go down by 500 miles. So literally within a matter of days, it had gone from not needing a service through to needing a service quite urgently. Now fortunately I was able to get the car booked in for a full service, and I was advised that there's no real issues with it, except that maybe a little bit of diesel got mixed in with the oil, and maybe that's why it was a little bit unhappy and wanted something doing sooner rather than later. The next item of expenditure is really around getting the car through its MOT. So its MOT is due end of January 2023. And essentially what's been identified as needing to be done is some gator cones. So there's little sort of rubber covers that go across, and they're all split. So you think, okay, well, gator rubber cones can't be that much, but sadly it's not possible to get them on their own. Jaguar send the gator cone and the gator arm all as one component, and there's no choice on that. So that has actually cost around £800, including the parts and the labour, so quite expensive, but it's going to get through its MOT as a consequence of having that in there. There's no ambiguity or uncertainty around the car getting through its MOT. Now we've got that sorted. Oh, I should also mention, during December I ordered up some new tyres. So this car is fitted with was fitted with some Pirelli P0s. Not a bad tyre. I run them on the Mercedes CLK, and a lot of other people really do rate the Pirellis, and they are a good tyre. But actually, because this is actually out on the road during winter as well as summer months, then it was more appropriate to look at perhaps a tyre that's maybe a little bit more performant in the wet. So with that, I was able to go and purchase some Uniroyal Rain Sport 5s. So not the most modern of tyres, it's been around for a few years, but what I would say is that we've run some Uniroyal Rain Sport 5s on the BMW Coupe for a couple of years now, and they seem to be quite hard wearing, and they do seem to do really well in the wet. We ordered up a set of Uniroyal Rain Sport 5s for this and had them fitted, and so far so good. They're now running, and again no challenge there with the MOT because they've got a full depth of tread. So the tyres were around £440, and then it was an extra £130 to have the wheels balanced, the new valves, and also all the tracking done as well. So fuel consumption remains pretty good, mid 40s for a long run, maybe mid 30s or slightly lower for shorter journeys, but no real change in the 9-month period since I did the last update on this car. So this will continue to be my daily. I'm looking forward to using that for some of the longer commutes I sometimes have to do, and I'm looking also forward to April, when we're likely to get the XJS back out on the road. So that's the XJS, the 1989 XJS V12 Coupe manual. In fact, the XJS is actually booked in for a track day. I think we're at Castle Combe at some point during April. I'll also look to get the Mercedes CLK back out as well, and also not forgetting the Jaguar XJ40, the 4-litre Sovereign. So plenty of cars, plenty of opportunities there for videos and more content during the summer. So I think that pretty much wraps up this short video update for you. If you have any questions concerning the Jaguar XJ 2.7 Sovereign diesel, then do leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you on that. Otherwise, looking forward to the next video. See you soon.